Hi everyone, it's Bee here at Little Miss Bee Crafts, and welcome to another Messy Monday. Okay, so today what I wanted to do was this background technique using, and it uses rubber bands. It's an oldie one again, it's an oldie but goodie one again, and I just wanted to show you how it makes some lovely, just using you know, everyday elastic bands. And this is the card that I've come up with, and I have used Distress Oxide inks. I wanted to keep the card really simple, monochromatic again, so for this one I've used Faded Jeans. Can't get my words out this morning. So I've used Faded Jeans, Distress Oxide, and I just like I said, used all the one colour. For this next one I'm going to use Distress Oxide again, but I'm going to use a Spiced Marmalade this time, just to make a different coloured card. The stamp set here, If Friends Were Flowers I'd Pick You. I've used this Craftwork Cards Label Tape Words stamp set. There's 37 pieces in, and as you can see I've used this one, If Friends Were Flowers I'd Pick You, but they've got lots of A Little Birdie Told Me, To My, Happy Birthday Especially For You. There's a happy birthday in lowercase, wonderful, special, mum, thanks a bunch, dad, uncle, brother, amazing friend, thinking of you, just for you, just a note, so fabulous friend. So there's lots of different words in there to be able to use for different cards. So I've already gone ahead and done those, so I'm not, you know, you're not watching me just stamp some random words. So there we go. So I've done that in the Spiced Marmalade, and I've backed them onto some 3D foam tape. These flower outlines that I've got on here were from this Pink Fresh Studio Fleur 2. It's by Susan Driscoll. It's actually a die set that you need a stamp set for, but I haven't got the stamp set. It was just reduced. It was in the sale on Create and Craft a few months ago. Really good. I can't remember what it was, but I thought, well, for, you know, all these dies, and just to use as an outline, I thought they were okay. You could always doodle, you know, do the cut them out and then doodle a flower inside or whatever. So I thought they were quite nice basic shapes. So that's what I've used for the die cuts here. Okay, so I'll show you the technique that I'm doing. So it's using elastic bands, and all I've done is used a variety of different elastic bands, and I've put them onto a clear acrylic block, and I've used quite a big one here, but you could use, I suppose you could use really stiff card if you needed to, you know, anything that you've got really, to be able to put the elastic bands round. Okay, so I've just randomly put them, spaced them out, put them that way, put them that way, and they're just cheap elastic bands, they're nothing special. And then I've actually die cut the rectangle this time, and I've mounted it onto some foam, fun foam, to give it a bit of dimension when I stick it on. And what I found was the easiest thing to do was to stamp your, and it's another forgiving kind of you know, technique, because if it's not perfect, you know, that's the kind of background you're looking for. Can you see how I've got big splotches? It doesn't matter, because it's that kind of mixed media look that we're going for. Okay, so I've stamped. Now what you want to do, you don't want to press too hard, and I found that the easiest one to do was to actually do it, I think I'll do it that way, was to put the card onto the actual stamp and then just lightly press. You don't want to get, if you want those splotches, then really press hard, because you'll get the ink that's on the actual acrylic block. So there you go. So that's one, and you just keep doing it until, you know, you're really happy with the background that you get. I just think it's a really nice kind of abstract background this time. think what I'll do is I will put, yeah, I'll put that on there like that, because okay, and then you'll see the maybe a difference in what you get when you actually put the acrylic block on, and see which one you like if you're going to try this. Okay, and again, maybe I could have gone a little bit harder on that middle bit there, but I don't think that's, you know, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to do another one just to try and fill this bottom bit here, and maybe do a little bit over there. It's better, and then I'm sure that there's still some ink on to do that there in that bottom bit. Okay, so there we go. So that's the kind of look that you can go for, and I think it's a really nice kind of, like I said, abstract background. Really simple and easy to do, nothing difficult. Just find some elastic bands, and there you go. So as you can see on this one here, I did some on black card as well with some embossing powder, some it was Wow Sparkle Clear embossing powder, and as you can see, it looks a bit like a spider's web. So if you were doing a Halloween card, you could do this effect on a piece of black card, and you know, if you've got any embossing, or you know, silver, or like I say, this is the Wow Clear Sparkle embossing powder, so that's another effect that you could maybe try. But back to this one. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to arrange my flowers where I want them, and I did kind of do them so that they kind of filled this background. And what I've done is I've cut two of this now, so I might do that one. I might put another leaf shape on that one, but as you can see, it fills it a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to be really careful, because I think, because this the Distress Oxide is still a bit wet, it does take a little bit more time. I think Distress Oxide, it's a bit, obviously it's between a pigment and a dye ink, isn't it? So yeah, so I'm just using my PVA glue really I don't want to put too much on, because it is a water-based glue, so I don't know how it's going to react with that. And when I was doing this, I wasn't sure where I wanted to put the flowers, so I kept putting them on and taking pictures of them, which I think is a really good idea. I just took pictures on my phone, placed them where I thought, had a few different goals with it, and that's quite a nice tip to do. You know, if you're not sure where your placement is, take a photograph of it on your phone, and then you can see, you know, it helps to see where. I'm just going to hide that stalk underneath there, and then do this one. Yeah, so I had them off to the side, I had them off to, you know, in the middle, I had them off to the right, to the left, and in the middle I wanted to go. I thought this one was about the best one. Sorry, I didn't show you, did I? I'll show you that in a bit, how I got the colour on this, how I got the colour on these flowers. I meant to show you that. I'll just do this first, and then I will show you how I actually got the colours for. As you can see, because it is water based, it does want to kind of, I'm just going to put something heavy on there, so that it, just put my pencil case on there just to hold them down. Okay, I'm just going to put that to one side. So to make sure that I have the same card as my background, same colour, you've seen this before, I'm sure you have. I just kind of used the Distress Oxide, and then just used my brush to spread it about, Okay, and yeah, so that you know, you're getting the same colour paper as you then have your background and your sentiment and everything. So that's you know, if you want the same colour as card and you've not got it, and then I just die cut. I just dried that off, die cut the shapes then using the die cuts, the dies, that the Pink Fresh Studio dies. So that's just something that makes sure that you've got the same colour background as your card. And then all I'm going to do now is just quickly put this together. Take these off here. It's a 5x7 card. I'm just going to place that so I know where that's going to be. And I've just I kind of put this in the corner. It's a new card, so it's not exactly lying flat. Let me just use to just flatten it a little bit. It's just that it's a new, you know, it's just been folded base card. Okay, so I'm just going to place that on there. Then get them as straight as I can. Again, foam, 3D foam tape on the back of these. Make sure that they're the right way up. And I just thought they were nice off to one side underneath each other, just to, you know, add a bit more detail. And then again, just on the back, I'm just going to use my Collal for the back of this, because then I know that the paper, that the card underneath won't warp, because it's a solvent based glue. I think if I use the PVA, the card underneath might just buckle a little bit. So yeah, I'm going to use the Collal in the corners. Make sure it's all spread around. Just going to use this card to kind of press it down. Okay, and there you go. That's, you know, a really simple but effective and easy card to do, using that rubber stamping technique background. So I hope you've enjoyed this today. It wasn't too messy, but it was a little bit of a mixed media kind of card. So thank you for watching today. Don't forget, if you haven't already, please subscribe. It's nearly the end of September now, so I will be coming to the end of my September challenge. So yeah, so another video tomorrow hopefully. Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye.